Peace and blessings, everyone. Yesterday, I attended a local film festival here in Temecula in Southern California. We have a film festival every year. I attended this year, and I went to a workshop about marketing in the film and music industry. It was pretty cool. Things they said was things I pretty much knew. And when I say knew, I knew the truth about, this industry, what it is. They basically confirm things I know about the bullshit that takes place in the system. I mean, within everything, we constantly deal in everything we do. We deal with bullshit. We work around bullshit. We work within bullshit. We figure out a way to bring in our own bullshit, and it's crazy, But we, like I made a video before. We're sitting there eating that cake, So it is what it is, But the thing that really got me thinking, and why I want to make this video, is as I sat there and I was looking at these other people in the room with me, maybe a dozen or so, and I was just thinking how these people are here just trying to be themselves, trying to live, trying to be happy, and we make it so hard for us and how we have things set up. This capitalist system is just, it hurts us. It really does. And I get into a conversation with people all the time, and they try to extol the merits of capitalism and how it's necessary, how it's needed, and they'll say how, well, if we didn't have money, then there wouldn't be any incentive for people to work. I don't believe that. And I don't believe that because when I look at myself, you wouldn't have to pay me to do the things I want to do. I mean, because I just want to do them. I have my company. I started my company just to get these ideas out of my head. I mean, and it's just me. I like to create. I have a lot of creative ideas, and I want to get them out. And it's so hard for me to get them out because I need money to get them out. They're in so many different areas that I don't have expertise in all these areas. I mean, I have book ideas. I have painting ideas. I have an idea for a painting. Just an idea, just to do it. I just think it'd be cool to make this painting of something. I have retail ideas. I have design ideas. It's just all over the place, and I would like to be able to get those out, but once again, I can't get them out if I don't have the money to get them out. I need the help to get them out. I need someone who has expertise. So I would like to just have this idea, come to someone who is skilled in that area, who for them that is part of who they are. Like I have in the house I want to build. Eventually I have this idea of this house I want to build, this humongous house. So what does that entail? I need to get with an architect, right? But to have this done by architect takes money. And this architect is doing this just because he loves architecture. He loves drawings. He loves creating these drawings of these buildings, these different things. Matter of fact, I have a neighbor who is an architect, and of course he has to charge money because he has to make a living, but he would do that for free. People who do things they love, things which are a part of them, their makeup or who they are, you might want to say, or what they put on this world to do, you don't need to pay them money, right? Because they're just happy doing it. And so like I said, we hold ourselves back. And so, I'm looking at these people, I'm looking at the guy next to me, and I'm thinking, he wants to make a movie, and he's there to learn how to get it done. You know, but he should just be able to allow it to do it. The government should be set up in a way where it provides a way for him to do it, where he doesn't have to fight. We're constantly fighting to live, and that just means we're surviving. You're fighting for life. This means you're surviving. The animals in the jungle are surviving. In their everyday life, they're surviving, trying to survive, not to be killed. And that's all we're doing in this world with the system we have set up. We're trying to survive and not get killed instead of truly living. And while I'm talking about my neighbor architect, I was thinking about this also the other day. And it's a question of, how can I put this? Of really, you know, what we are as beings. You know, we try to separate ourselves from the other beings on this planet, from animals, from organisms. You know, we try to build ourselves up to be so better and say we're more intelligent and whatnot, because we have consciousness, whatever that may be. But when we look at us, I believe that it can be argued and it can be questioned if we are no more than what every other living being on this planet is. That we're on here and we do what we're supposed to do, what we're made to do, what our body allows us to do, our mind allows us to do. You know, you see these ants, these workers' ants, who go about day to day doing the same thing. Well, we go about every day doing the same thing. These ants are on this working, same thing, back and forth. Those ants, that trail of ants, is nothing but a traffic jam of cars. You go to work and do the same thing every day. It's the same thing. So how do we figure that we're more intelligent and better than all these other animals? We do the same thing all the time, just like every other animal. And then to relate to that, it's when you look at people who do things that they love, like they were really made to do that. You have a neighbor, the architect. You know, I heard before I even met my neighbor that architects are very organized people. You know, they always have a place for everything and everything in its place. My neighbor is that way. You go to his garage and he has shelves and boxes and drawers for everything. Everything is neatly put away somewhere, just organized. And obviously that's the mind of an architect. That's how architects work. Everybody who's an architect, who's doing it, who does it because they love it, who they are, they all have the same mindset. So that means to me that they were built that way, and then really it was beyond their control to be anything else other than an architect. Other than maybe something happens and it takes them away from fulfilling their natural being, their calling. You take my sister for instance, who was singing before she even walked. So it's part of who she is. She's a singer, but of course in this world and here in this country, for her to really do that, she has to be able to make a living to do that. So then either a record company has to like her, enough people have to like her to buy her CDs. She has to make a living. You know, all these people, to do these things that is part of who they are, who you could say they were made to be, they have to be able to make a living to do it, or else they have to be something else. They have to be something other than who they are. And there's no happiness in that. There's no happiness in that. It goes back to surviving. And we just, no matter what, we always try to find a way to survive. Instead of fighting to live, we fight to survive. No matter how bad the situation is, well, as long as I'm alive, I'm happy. People in prison for the rest of their life, well, as long as I'm alive, I'm happy. How can you be happy doing that? Not being you. But we do that. And then there again, do we adapt and find a way to bring some happiness to a miserable situation, such as being in prison? is that, do we have control in doing that, or are we doing it because our body is naturally doing it? It's taking over. Life is finding a way to adapt and taking over. So it goes back. Are we any better than all these other organisms? Or when it comes down to it, are we just another cog in this system of life? And we really don't have no control. We have very little control over anything that happens in our bodies, what happens inside it, and what we're doing. I mean, we have little control, very little, and I need to find out percentage of many of things that happens to our body, the natural functions of our body, how everything operates. It operates. It goes. Am I making this video because I want to, or because I had to, because that's naturally who I am, what this being was made to do? This question is just thoughts. Oh yeah, something I forgot. I was actually upset at myself yesterday, going back to the film festival, because as I was sitting in there, a young man, actually there was two of them together, they were trying to make a movie. He had some thoughts and concerns about how he should go about to getting out these, I think he said they made 3 episodes of something. Somebody he had 3 episodes. He's trying to they want to get him out, trying to figure what's the best way to get him out. And he admitted he was so paranoid and how to go about it, fear that somebody's going to take his idea, story. And I thought about it, and I should have. I thought about, just raise my hand, either talking to him there or talking to him afterwards, and asking him, what it is that he believed that he should do. And, I say this to everyone: when you're trying to make a decision, a choice, just listen to what you're being told. We're always being guided, whatever that is you want to call it, that guides us. What you want to say is God talking to us, a sixth sense, a connection with the whole, whatever that is. But whatever it is, it's the truth. But if you listen to where you're being guided, it's usually right. It's usually correct for however it is that happens. You usually know. You just gotta trust it and go with it. And I didn't say anything to him because usually I end up saying, well, he's not gonna really care. He doesn't, and care doesn't mean caring what I have to say. He doesn't know me, so why does he really care what I have to say? So then actually, so at the same time, I've just contradicted myself, because I was being talked to, I was being guided to speak to this young man, but I didn't follow that. And I was upset myself afterwards, because what I said to him could have been a word of guidance that he needed. And I need to change that about myself. Because a lot of times, I'll see myself in a situation to speak to someone about something, just to help them, but I usually think they don't know me, they're probably not gonna care, think I'm just some dude, like, why should I listen to you? I don't even know you. So I end up talking myself out of that, and I want to change that by myself, just because I know so many of us are looking for some guidance and some help. That's it. God bless.